past few months, quarterbacks from around the country have been meeting up to try and get their invitation to the Elite 11 finals. And out of the thousands of quarterbacks that came out to show off their talent, only 20 of them made it to the Elite 11 finals. And then obviously only 11 of those 20 made the Elite 11. But every year there can only be one Elite 11 final. The quarterback who out of all the other quarterbacks in the entire country stood up to the test for the longest, put on the best showcase and proved that they truly are the #1 quarterback in the class of 2023. And this year that is none other than 5-star Oklahoma commit Jackson Arnold. Jackson is a 6'1", 198-pound 5-star quarterback who is the 5th best player in Texas, the 5th best quarterback in the country, and the 32nd best player in the class of 2023. And yeah, I know that Arch Manning wasn't there just because he doesn't show up to anything. And then Nico Almaleve ended up dropping out. He still went up against the literal cream of the crop quarterbacks. So with that being said, I think it is safe to say that Jackson Arnold is the #1 quarterback in the class of 2023. Be sure to leave this video a like, also comment down below who do you guys think should have won the Elite 11 and who do you guys think is the best quarterback in the class of 2023. Also hit that subscribe button. Especially if this is not the first video of mine that you've seen, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 300,000 subscribers. And with that being said, let's take a look at this year's Elite 11 MVP. 3, 2, 1. So Jackson Arnold was this year's Elite 11 MVP, beating out Dante Moore and Malachi Nelson for the top spot. Now I've actually seen Jackson throw in person. This kid has what people like to call a live arm. You can see it from this throw right here. It's just a live arm. Look at the quick release, boom, that ball comes flying out, plenty of air up underneath it. The ball spins off of his hand differently. That's the one thing I love when you can get all these quarterbacks in one spot. You can really see the difference. Like when you're just watching, oh, okay, show off the wheels a little bit, get the slide on him, okay, hey. I completely forgot he could move too, okay, hey. But like I was saying, that's why, excuse me, that's why I love getting all these quarterbacks in one room, because you can really see how the ball comes off of all their hand. Who can spin it effortlessly? Who's really having to drive the ball downfield? Who's got touch? I mean, look at that throw. Rolling away. Dot. Put velocity on it. Come on. Let his receiver upfield too. Yeah, no, I can totally see, especially after hearing day one that he was already starting to take some looks. The two guys who I had as like my dark horse picks were Jackson Arnold and Austin Novosad. Those two guys, both Texas guys, I thought that because I've seen them in person. When you just see that ball spin off their hand, it's just different. Like literally, I was at the Elite 11, the Dallas Regional Elite 11, and literally they're going up against other 3- and 4-star quarterbacks, and they just made it look effortless. They were just out there just effortlessly spinning the ball. But yeah, no, I think Jackson Arnold. Obviously, we gotta wait to see the full Elite 11 because they don't release any of the footage until later. But yeah, no, literally, I'm not surprised. I mean, I am a little bit, but not really, because this kid, he could flat out spin the ball, and he's mobile too. Because it's not just that he has a strong arm. Like he's accurate. He's got a quick release. Hey, Texas is quarterback you now. Hey, I know it's between Texas and California for QBU, but so far, back-to-back Elite 11 MVPs came from Texas. I mean, just look at the touch on this ball. Decisive, sees him coming out of his break, drops it right over that corner's head with ease. Yeah, Jackson, hey. Okay, Oklahoma, hey. Oklahoma stays with quarterbacks. Y'all lost out on Malachi Nelson. Y'all got Jackson Arnold. Oh, wait, that's just a great throw. This kid, I'm telling you, he has a live arm. And the ball just flies out of his hand differently. Especially when you see it in person, you see the spiral, you see the velocity, you see how quickly that ball is getting all these receivers. You see how much air he's putting up underneath the ball. Like, it really does help when you can see all these guys in person. Film doesn't always get it done. Like it does, but not always. Look him off. Dime leads him to the outside. Let's go. Fades him perfectly to the outside. Yeah, his ball placement is elite. Which you could say out of quick release and arm strength and all that stuff, ball placement is probably the most important. look at just squares it up, quick release, throws a line drive into, come on, man, puts it right on the numbers. Yeah, Oklahoma fans, y'all should be turned up, and Jackson Arnold fans, y'all should be turned up, because this kid, I'm telling you, he's something special. Especially with how deep of a quarterback class this is. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to hate on Arch, but man, it's hard. It's really hard to have him as the #1 guy when he hasn't shown up to anything this whole, like, I'm not trying to hate on him personally. I get it when you're the #1 guy. Look at that. Look at that throw. Look at the touch. That's a beautiful pass. It's just hard to rank him #1 when he doesn't play in the, like, literally this division, the lowest team in the division that Jackson plays in would wash everybody in Isidore Newman's conference. Like, they would literally win state out of that conference. So it's just tough to give Arch the #1 spot like that when there's this is probably the deepest quarterback class that we've seen in a long time. Like, I would say Arch, Malachi, Dante, Nico, Jackson, maybe Rashada, maybe Vizina, but really just those 5 quarterbacks, I would say all of those are true 5-star, like, program-changing quarterbacks. Guys that you'll be seeing in a couple years going with first-round talent evaluations. Those are the 5 guys that I would bet money on, all of them making it there. And when you got 5 guys like that, it's just hard. It's hard to put one of them up at the top when he hasn't gone through the grinder. Like, yo, like, all the other quarterbacks went, hey, again, I get it. When you're at the top, there's only one place you can go, and that's down, so you might as well just stay there. But man, I really would have loved to have seen Arch there. I think it would have just helped really it would have shut a lot of people up, or it would have reassured a lot of people. And that's the gamble. It's like, if he goes, he's either gonna double down what he already knows to prove to people that he doesn't care about, or he's gonna get exposed. I think he's a really good quarterback. I just don't think that he's a perfect recruit that they got him ranked as. So that's what this year's Elite 11 MVP and Oklahoma commit Jackson Arnold is looking like on the field. Again, coming from somebody who's seen him in person throw the ball and then seeing just and hearing about what he's done at the Elite 11, it makes perfect sense. This kid, he could flat out spin the ball. When the ball comes off of his hand, it has more velocity, it's more effortless. He has a quick, clean, very compact release. He can move, like, he can legit, like, he is a actual running threat at the next level. And then he has elite ball placement. He has some of the best ball placement in the entire country. I mean, if you just look at those deep balls that he was throwing, the fades, he was either perfectly fading the receiver or just throwing it right on their line. The receiver wasn't having to make these wild adjustments 30, 40 yards downfield to try and catch up to the ball. The ball was hitting them in stride. Like, it's those little things that you really got to look out for to really find, like, the okay quarterbacks from, like, the really, really talented quarterbacks. I think that Jackson Arnold, this dude he has the makings to be a phenomenal next level quarterback. But again, I want to hear from y'all. Comment down below, who do you guys think should have won the Elite 11 MVP? I'm not mad that it's Jackson Arnold. He's a really, really good quarterback. Malachi Nelson or Dante Moore, I heard that they were both doing really good there as well. So I'm just waiting to see all the footage that comes from there so that we could really see. But I would have it as one of those 3. Those 3 were clearly the top guys, and then everybody else, they followed into place. But yeah, Jackson Arnold as the Elite 11 MVP, very much deserved. Alrighty, y'all, be sure to leave this video a like. Also, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 300,000 subscribers. With all that being said, I love and appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.